Season 4 is here on iRacing, and you know what that means. Brand new content. From new cars, new tracks, and even some rescanned favorites. In today's video, we are going to be focusing on the brand new Indy NXT car. For my first dive into the new NXT car, I'm taking it to the freshly updated 2025 layout of the Charlotte Roval. Qualifying was a bit of a mixed bag. I felt really strong on my first lap, but I clipped the wall coming to the line, causing the lap to be invalid. My lap 2 didn't feel as good, and that put me 5th on the starting grid. When the green flag dropped, the leader shot out to a massive advantage, and I settled into 4th by the time we crossed the line. Things were looking decent until I got tied into turn 2. Then a few corners later I hit the curb and spun out, causing me to drop all the way to the back. I tried to regroup, but a second spin while pushing to catch the 6th car set me back even further. At this point, I knew I had a lot of work to do. Lap 3 is when things started to take a turn. A battle ahead forced one of the cars into the pits, and I quickly picked off the 21 car to climb up into 10th place. Then chaos started working in my favor. The 6th car spun into the front stretch chicane not too long after. A few laps later, more trouble up ahead. The 10 car lost the rear wing after contact and spun into turn 1, causing me to gain another position. From there, it was all about pace. I reeled in the 5 car, who didn't fight me too hard, and then was able to close a 4-second gap to the 12 car in just 3 laps, using push to pass to clear them into turn 1. And with that move, I was secured into 4th place in this first race with the Indy NXT car. We're back in the NXT car, and this time we're taking on the streets of Long Beach. While this track isn't new to iRacing, it is my first time racing here. And to make things even more chaotic, it wasn't just the NXT cars. Super Formula Lights and F4s were also mixed into the grid. I qualified second on the front row, and with standing starts on a narrow street circuit, this was gonna be wild. When the lights went out, my start wasn't great. The Super Formula car in third launched like a rocket, passing both me and the pole sitter off the grid. And behind us, a huge wreck broke out. Cars everywhere. Up front, I was stuck behind the Super Formula. They had better acceleration, but no top speed. I tried to make a move into turn 1, but thought better of it. A few corners later, I went for it again, but they got the better drive off the corner, and I was not able to make the pass. I was once again stuck behind the Super Formula car. This allowed the 2 car to slip by me down the straightaway. Frustrated, I sent it into the heavy braking zone, but they fought back. This caused me to push harder into the next corner. Then the rear snapped, and I spun. Luckily, I didn't hit anything, or anyone, but this meant I had to come back from a 10-second deficit if I wanted to win this race. From there, I had my eyes set on the 11 car. With the help of push to pass, I was able to get a run on the 11 car, being able to make the move down the straightaway. That meant now I was in a podium place, but I didn't really want to settle with just a bronze. Apparently the leader had already wrecked, so I was already up into second. This meant the 3 car was now the new leader. I was able to quickly track down the 3 car for the lead, and once again use push to pass to help me get around him. I also got kind of lucky, seeing as he didn't put much of a fight and just let me around him. And just like that, I had erased over a 10-second lead, and I was now leading the race. I was able to pull out to over a 5-second lead coming to the white flag. Everything seemed to be under control, until I clipped a curb too hard and bounced into the wall. For a moment, I thought the car was done, but somehow, no damage. It was a big scare, but I carried on. And across the line, it's victory at Long Beach. From a rough start, to spinning, to fighting all the way back. This race had it all. And to win on my first time racing here, not to mention with the new Indy NXT car, that just made it even sweeter. For the final race with the new Indy NXT car, we're headed south of the border to Mexico City. Brand new track added to iRacing. Now if you've never seen this place, it's a 17-turn, 2.67 mile road course, and let me tell you, it's got a little bit of everything. You've got a massive front stretch, technical S's, tight stadium corners, and walls just waiting to ruin your day. It's fast, it's tricky, and it's absolutely chaotic. And honestly, I had no idea what I was in for when I strapped into this one. Qualifying went about as good as I could ask for. I put together a really clean lap, and that was enough to grab third on the grid. While not pole, it would definitely put me in the mix. Now lights out, and away we go. I actually got a great launch off the line. Problem is, everyone else did too, and we ended up in a sketchy 3-wide situation going into turn 1. I thought about sending it, but it just didn't feel worth it, so I lifted to play it safe. Coming out of turn 3, I had a nice crossover move on the 5 car. He left me just enough space, and I was able to clear him down the straight. Meanwhile, the 12 car ahead of us completely blew the corner, like he was gone. Straight off into the grass. But somehow, he bounced right back on the track without losing a spot. iRacing logic at its finest. That's when things started to get interesting. Through the S's, I pushed just a little too much and picked up a corner cutting penalty. Nothing major, but it meant I had to serve it right away, which slowed me down and broke up my rhythm. Then in the stadium section, disaster. I clipped the inside curb a little too hard and it bounced me wide. That stacked up the field behind me, and yeah, it ended up taking out the 14 car. Not exactly my proudest moment. After that, things calmed down a little, and I started to find a rhythm, but it didn't last long. Lap 3 coming out of the S's, I just asked a little too much out of the rear tires and around I went. That mistake cost me a spot to the 12 car, and once again, I had to fight my way back. I tucked into his draft on the front stretch, pulling out to make a move into turn 1, but I just couldn't get it done. He was defending hard, and I didn't want to risk wrecking both of us that early. Then a few corners later, he went wide in the S's and pushed me completely off the track. I thought that was my shot, but nope. I hit the curb wrong and the prediction code kicked in. Next thing I know, I'm making contact with him. Honestly, didn't feel fair, so I lifted and gave the spot back. Later in the stadium section, I set him up for another pass. I was lining it up perfectly, but I braked way too early and handed the spot right back. That's twice I had him and couldn't finish the job. And if that wasn't enough, the 2 car decided to join the party, meaning this was now a 3-way fight for second. Finally, I saw my chance. The 12 car left the door cracked open, and I went full send with a late lunge. It stuck, and I was past him. But there was a catch. I had burned through every single second of my push to pass in the process. And without push to pass, you're basically a sitting duck on that long front stretch. Sure enough, the 2 car had a full charge left. He flew right past me like I was parked. I tried to hang on, overslowing the corners and focusing on exit speed, but there was no holding him back. At the end of it all, I had to settle for 3rd place. Not the win I wanted, but still a solid run, and a heck of a battle. Final thoughts. The new NXT car has been an absolute blast to drive. The way it handles, the push-to-pass strategy, the tight wheel racing, it's been awesome. In Mexico City, absolutely amazing. That new Roval layout is no joke. It's technical, it's fast, it punishes mistakes, and it rewards clean laps. But if there's one takeaway from this whole series of races, it's pretty clear. I absolutely suck at road course racing. And you know what? That's fine. It's all part of the grind. So thanks for hanging out for these race recaps. Drop a like if you enjoyed the chaos, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.